Tim.
Look at this, David.
Hey.
What do you think?
Hey, I think it's very Versace.
It is.
Isn't it? It is very Versace.
You've
Tell
got-
me about the Versace connection.
Yeah, the original, David, Versace bought this for their collection of furniture and items. I think it was about 20 years ago. They paid
Right.
75,000 for it.
For the original table.
For the original, and then
Let's have a look on the back here. If you
yeah,
go on that
yeah.
side.
Let's go and have a look. I mean, look at the back on it.
Yeah, it's finished at the back
Yeah,
as well as at the front.
It
That's
isn't-
good.
it is. So
Isn't
you could have it as a centre table,
You
or
could.
it's not just a hall table.
Exactly.
So it's an absolute
Yeah.
stunner.
I tell you what, it is very Versace,
It is.
isn't it? It screams Versace.
It is,
Very
isn't it?
Versace.
A bit like your glasses, David.
Hey, look at them. I know they're very Versace. Sadly, they're not.
And you haven't got your red trousers on today.
I know, they're in the wash, Tim.
That's you've gone for the yellow cream
gone- yeah.
look, the cream look.
I've gone for the cream look.
Well done.
Yeah.
But no, Versace. I mean, when I was a young lad, I treated myself to a pair of Versace jeans, and I thought I was it. I think they were £90 then,
Really?
which was quite a lot of money.
Have you
But
still got them?
No, I've got getting like Chris, getting too big a tummy.
The thing is, it wouldn't matter if they didn't fit.
No,
Vintage
That's
Versace.
it. I should have kept them, shouldn't
You
I?
should have kept them.
Yeah, if I'd kept everything which I'd had, David, I'd have been retired 20 years ago.
Well, that's actually an interesting thing you say, isn't it? Because
It is,
if every single object in the history of mankind had
Yeah.
been kept,
That's it.
nothing would have any value.
No,
It's because things get destroyed,
that's it.
discarded,
That's it.
burned.
That's like teak, David. I mean, we're going off the subject, but teak, we've been in it 65 years.
What, the business?
Yeah,
of
the
course.
business has been this. I
Yeah.
know I'm only 85. But
Yeah, you're looking good. Yeah.
had a few facelifts. But there we go. But yeah, if we hadn't thrown all that teak away now, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be worth what it is. And
Exactly.
but there we go. But
But no, that's a very good point. I think people need to remember that, in fact,
Yeah.
that when they say to you, oh, my granddad threw away a long case clock.
that's
Yeah,
it.
good. I've said to people,
Yeah.
great, I'm pleased he did, and they're
That's it.
horrified.
I know.
Because if he hadn't thrown away that long case clock, then my long case clock wouldn't be worth any
It
money.
wouldn't. That's the story. I was at the tip in Harrogate one
Yeah.
day, and there was a lady in there with a beautiful grandfather clock, and there she was, throwing it in the woodscape. And,
Really?
And anyway, the hammer thing that comes down to squash all the wood came down on this mahogany clock, smashed it to smithereens, and I said, what do you think has happened there? And the site operative said, well, I think it looks like it was probably wife and husband had fallen out, and she's thrown his grandfather clock in the tip.
Do you know, I wouldn't be surprised. Isn't
yeah,
that brilliant?
Yeah, good.
Weren't you tempted to dive in and
Well,
get
it was all smash. I mean,
Oh, right.
yeah. And all that was really left was the brass and silvered face. But
Yeah.
there we go. What a story. Yeah,
Well, a woman scorned.
yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
I think it sounds that way, doesn't it? Eh?
That's it. But
Okay,
that's
so back
level-
to this. So
yeah.
the original table dates to about 1820, looking at it.
Yeah, I would
French table.
That's it.
Bought by Versace in New York for $75,000. So it's in the Versace collection.
It is. And that was a long time ago.
Yes.
That's it. This is a copy made by Brights of Nettlebed,
Okay.
which they're a very good company, similar to your other top makers.
Right.
I mean, you can just tell the quality of it. When the lady brought it in, she came from near Darlington,
Oh, yeah.
and she brought it on the back of a flatbed trailer,
Did you?
and she said it'll take 4 of us to lift this off. So I said, well, I don't think so. I think I can lift it. So I was at one end with our friend Chris.
Yeah.
He was at that end, puffing like
Moaning and swearing. If you know Chris from some of these videos, you can picture him puffing and puffing and swearing.
So, but anyway, we got it in here. But it is this is all metal. It's,
Oh, I see. I
yeah.
thought that'd be like a resin.
yeah.
No.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But this is all metal. Oh, and this is
So what are they? Griffins? Yeah, they are.
yeah
aren't they?
Griffins, and it's got the plaque in the drawer here.
What's the plaque? Oh, I
So
see.
it does say replica.
Yeah.
Brights of Nettlebed, and it tells you it's from THEODORE Alexander. So it's a cracking thing, really.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's all the history in there
Oh,
about
that's
it.
interesting.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to know a little bit more about it, obviously it's in the
Yeah.
drawer already. But
Would we describe it as a bit of bling? Tim?
a bit of bling.
Bit of bling.
Could be.
It could be a bit
I
of
don't
bling.
want to insult anybody, but it'd look nice in
No, but I mean that in a nice way.
Yeah,
Bling's good.
it is. I mean, that would sit in anybody's hallway.
Yeah.
Footballer's residence. Anybody that like. I mean, I love it. Maybe I'm a bit blingy. I should get a chain in.
I rate it. I do.
Yeah.
I really do rate it. I have no problem with reproduction anything.
No.
People think because you're in the antiques business that you have a problem with reproductions. I don't.
No.
There's reproductions are not new.
Yeah.
The Romans were reproducing Greek pieces.
That's it, David.
The Greeks were reproducing earlier pieces. There's nothing wrong with a good reproduction.
I say to my customers, David, that this business has changed so much. When I was a young boy in it, it was all, whether it was Georgian or Victorian or early oak. But now, maybe 10, 15 years old, it doesn't matter. It's got the look, and it doesn't. This piece could do very, very well.
It is the look. That's it.
If this was 300 years old, it'd probably do the same price as if it was 10, 15 years old. So
you mean if it was like a Georgian...
Yeah, it wouldn't make any
No,
difference.
you're right.
These days, it's changed, I think.
Age has never had anything to do with value. People often will say to me, I've got a tea set.
Right.
It's 150 years old. It must be worth some money. No, it's not worth anything.
No.
Unless it's something special.
That's it.
Where something from the 1970s or 80s, a real designer tea set, is worth substantially more.
Clarice Cliff, your Shelley's.
Well, all of that.
Yeah,
all of that.
All of those. But
you see, I think this. I would want to refer to this as the Versace table. I just think it's got the ring to it. You put a nice piece of modern sculpture on there, or even these, French garniture set. It works.
Or a nice big vase with flowers. With some nice lilies in, impressive or something.
It would help the business.
It would. When you go into your hallway, David, it'd look lovely.
Yeah.
On a stone.
It would.
Marble or granite floor.
With the golden staircase. Sounds like Trump Towers.
That's it. Maybe we should send a picture to him.
We should send a picture to him. Funnily enough, I know we go off on tangents here. When I was in Shanghai with Chris, Chris and Rob had gone off to meet some clients, and I was with Tony, my mate. And Tony introduced me to a chap from New York. Very interesting guy. Very New York.
Yes.
Like, he came into the room and bam, you knew he was in the room.
Yeah.
And he sold Tony, my mate, big antiques dealer, antiques from America.
Right.
A big player.
Yes.
He furnished Trump Towers for Donald Trump.
Wow.
And he said Donald Trump has the most wonderful, impeccable taste.
Yes.
He only buys the very best, Louis XVI furniture. So he would have been in the market to buy the original of this. So it's you think you hear people say that he has no taste. He's apparently got great taste. Anyway, I go off on a tangent. Sorry about that. I just thought that was quite interesting.
It is interesting, David. Yeah, I mean, I think my hair's getting similar to his now as I get older. But at least it's going a bit thin there. But
you need to start combing it
over like that.
At least you're clinging on. I lost mine years ago.
That's it, but there we go.
Is that a wig, Tim? Hang on a minute.
That's what they said to Donald Trump, and he said, "This is all mine." He must have had some good glue on that day. Did you notice though when they tried to assassinate him, it didn't move at all, did it?
It didn't.
No, it was stuck well on.
That's good glue. We need that in the antiques business.
I think you'd look good with a wig on, David.
That'd be a good disguise.
So, viewers, I think.
Money. Let's talk about money. What sort of money?
Yeah, I think we're reserved at 700.
Right.
But the company Brights there in Nettlebed, they're interested in buying it back.
Are they?
Which is amazing. They sold it to this lady, and they contacted her and said, if you ever want to sell it, we're interested. So she's told them it's coming up in the auction. And they're hopefully going to be bidding online for it. So let's hope it flies, David. But we'll see how we go. I mean, it's a one-off, very rare, and it's just in stunning condition. Very little damage, a little bit there and here.
Well, you can live with anything like that, can't you?
But that's
all right. And if you want the original, you'll never buy it. And Versace paid 75 grand for it years ago.
That's it. So that must be worth $1 million now, David.
Quite possibly.
Probably.
Quite possibly, especially with the Versace connection. So, all right, Versace table. Let's see how much it brings.
Thanks, David. Yeah, nice to see you again. Thank you.
80, yeah. There we are. 704 this time. Right. There we are, 704. Here's the Theodore Alexander. This is a beautiful piece of furniture. You know what the cost is? Do we know what the retail cost is? We think it's about £2,500 to £3,000 piece of furniture. It's marked inside, it's in wonderful condition. The Theodore Alexander, lovely Parisian griffin, mahogany, writing table, wonderful condition, stands well, doesn't it? I've got 4 commission bids. I have to start at 650, 750, 850. On commission at the moment, 950, 1,050. I'll wait for you all. 1,050, 1,100, 1,150. A new room bidder, 1,150. Somebody recognises the bargain. 1,200. On Easy Live now at 1,200. On the Easy Live platform. We'll give you some thinking time in the room. The bid is online at 1,200. Are we all finished? At 1,200. You coming in, sir? Yes or no? Turns away then. Goes on Easy Live at £1,200.